Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm your man Aaron.
And
The,
I'm your girl, Lindsay Arnold.
she didn't know who she was. So
Every time, too.
he's like, oh man.
Every
She's like,
time.
hey,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
supposed to be who? She almost introduced herself as me. I'm like, hey,
Hey, y'all. We
what?
are going live all across our social media streams. So we're on YouTube and we're on every Facebook, I guess, platform that you can say. But we're excited tonight because we are expanding. The Powerhouse Couple for Life is able to reach so many more people right now as we go live to
Absolutely.
share the wisdom and knowledge about relationships and how important it is to take care of it, to have a healthy one, to have one that you can say, hey, I ain't got to worry about a thing.
That's right. Hey, man, it's all about having a great home because that's what it's really all about. I mean, hey, I don't know why this stuff is not out here or being taught. I mean,
Man,
hey, yes, wealth is important, but health and your love relationship,
it's
man,
so important. Yeah.
so important. I mean, you think about it like this. A lot of people they out there showing out like, yeah, everything good. They get home like, I just wanna and I'm like, you're out there acting like everything cool and home life is going crazy.
Man, it's so true. That's what me and one of my friends we were talking about. We were like, man, this is nobody tells you about what happens when you in a relationship or even when you get married. That's the ultimate one because you can't go nowhere else. It is. That's what she was like, hey, we gotta be at this we're gonna be at this same place, same spot, at the end of the day. So hey,
Uh,
nobody tells you about this stuff. This is the reason why we are like, it's
uh,
so important.
Man, you're right. I'm like, hey, they make you take a test for driver license, for this and that. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you can almost get married to a dog. You know what I mean?
Oh
I'm like,
gosh.
I mean, it's crazy. I'm like, it's true. I mean, hey, I like them, and then they're like, hey, be wet. You're like, okay, do we get some instructions with this?
No,
No.
none at all. It's
And,
key. Definitely key that you definitely tune in. And we try to keep it raw and rough. If you have questions, definitely ask them in the comments because we are definitely ones to be an open book about this thing.
man,
This is
absolutely,
12 years in the making, and I
absolutely.
mean, still going strong, still learning about one another, still, hey, making it work, putting those systems in place. And that's what Powerhouse Couples for Life is about. Like, hey, it's not all about the big you know the picture of having all the lavish things, but it's about the internal things. It's about the private success that we are so adamant about, and
Absolutely.
we are moving forward in the private success and making sure that other couples are able to say the same thing is what's key for us. So we're talking about being 100 tonight. That's what we're
Man,
talking about.
it's time to keep it 100. Absolutely. I mean, hey, you know the cliche. Hey, you got to go in 50-50.
50 50.
50-50. Man, that conventional wisdom. Hey, I got to ask, how's that working?
Yeah.
That 50-50. How's it going? Trust me. We came in trying to do that 50-50. No, sir.
No,
All right.
sir.
So what we get, babe? Half good, half
Half
mess.
bad. Yeah, half
Yeah.
a mess.
Boop,
Sorry.
boop, boop. Hey, technical difficulties. We'll be right back after these messages. You know what I mean? But no. Hey, that's cool about going live. But, hey, that 50-50, it doesn't work. Both of y'all doing a half job. That
Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep it real. Y'all doing a half job. Hey, if I do 50, they going to come meet me. No, no, no. Hey, I really like let the wifey talk most of the part. I'm here to kind of add some little bit of humor. But if you really want to know how relationship going, ask the wifey. Cause the guy he be like, oh yeah, everything is great. Wife like that. Now I'll tell you, I'll be about pop. I want to choke him, and it ain't
Anyway,
work about. Come on, no, seriously, we being real though, right?
it's true.
I mean, I like. Hey, you want to ask how the wife going? I'm gonna look the other way. They come. Is it going cool? It's good. All right. Anyway, man. So we're really gonna talk about, being 100, man, and like I said, we're gonna be an open book and transparent because, hey, we're not for that facade trying to be, hey, look, we're good on social media and be a mess at home. Nah, we're not playing that at all.
That's
I
right.
mean, or you know what I'm saying, or you don't even want to come back home to the place where you laying your head at. That's not even cool. So.
Yeah, and that happens when it's 50-50 because there's always somebody that is definitely trying to pull from the other person in regards to what they're needing. If it is 50-50 and you like, okay, well, what do I do? Because I'm not getting what I want or what I desire. And a big part, I think we had that conversation about is the wholeness of you. Yes, each person is unique and whole, that we can come into a relationship and that extra baggage, is not there, and that we're able to address one another in a manner that is honorable, that there's trust that's in the relationship, that there is a great appreciation for one another, because we don't have to deal with what has happened to us in the past or what is maybe coming up because that person has pushed your buttons or there's a trigger that's there, but you have already dealt with that before you got into that place of saying, I want to give my will. I like what TD Jakes and Sarah Jakes talk about. When you getting into a relationship or a marriage, she talks about when you say submission, that's a surrendering of your will to that person, and not in the sense of that, there's a controlling or manipulation.
Watch your mouth. Did you say submission? I know you didn't say, I'm not about to submit to no, and you got me.
Hey, and it ain't even that.
They act like it's a cuss word. I know you didn't tell me to submit. I'm not about to submit to nobody.
I like what Nicole Bell said. She said, keep it 100. And it's so true, Nicole. We have to keep it 100 with one another. And even once we're in the relationship, yes, when it seems like somebody's giving their 100 or their best, and we were in that place where you were giving your best, and I was pulling everything from him. Then it was like, hey, I need you to step up to the plate. And he's like, get your stuff together, in other words, because it pulled and it drains on the mental, and the stress comes about. And so it is so important that, you are stepping up to the plate, that you are doing what you're supposed to do in regards to, making sure the other person is appreciated, that their needs are being met. And yes, that is cost. But at the ultimate center of this is that, yes, God's in the middle of it. And absolutely that you have to make sure that you are in tune with that. There is a word called attunement, and that I definitely am going to continue to use across the board, because
I'm gonna have to Google what's attunement. She gonna say,
but
okay, Google, what's attunement?
But this is something that we definitely have to do in regards to learning about our mate's emotions and being in tune with.
Siri don't work. I'm sorry.
Being in tune with how they're operating, what they're thinking, all of those things have to come in place. So when you get in attunement with one another, then you can really say, oh, I see, or I know. Something about me was from the get-go was I didn't speak anything, but Aaron could read my body language and know what I was saying. And it was surprising from the get-go, because there ain't too many people that can read you like that they understand what your body language means. But when you find somebody in that manner, definitely they're a keeper, because I didn't know how to express that emotions or even to understand his, and when he was speaking or when he was needing something. But this is key in keeping it 100, that you definitely have those things. So if you're coming into it 50-50, and that person's dealing with their baggage or what they're dealing with, and they trying to pull you up to that next level. And we had come into that where he was growing, he was outgrowing me, and I was just in this stagnation place. And eventually he was like, hey, you got to come to my level. I need you to bring this. I'm doing the most to pour into you. I'm doing the most to edify who you are. So I need you to come to the realization. And I had to come to that realization. I had to have that meeting of, yes, meeting of mind and getting rid of all those old thoughts and things so that I could say, yes, okay, I see what you see now. And sometimes we don't see those things in us. And that's the thing about when you get in a relationship, the person too, you can see, and they are telling you the truth. Receive it. That was for me. Receive it, because it does make a difference in the health of the relationship. It does make a difference in how you operate and how you come together on even other things. And that's what we have learned so much.
Man, hey, it affects everything. Like I said, we deal with on a lot of sides, like I said, the health, wealth, and the relationship. Because I'm gonna be honest, if there's, hey, it's gonna affect your home life. If you ain't got it together, I mean, it affects your income, it affects your business, it affects your kids. And like I said, a lot of people out here faking it, like y'all just dealing with each other or existing and want to choke each other in. Hey, that's not okay. It's time out for that. It's over with. And hey, a lot of married people, they're not gonna be transparent. They want like, come on, we know that's not even real. So hey, we done been through the trenches. We done been where we haven't been happy. We've been times where we done argued and everything else. But now we have an understanding. We have principles and put in place. So now, yeah, we done went through those bumps. We done got our tires fixed. Hey, can you go ahead? Got our stuff on point, and now we ready to help out other people. And like I said, I gotta keep on adding a little humor, but you know what I'm saying? It keeps it alive
all day, every day.
So, but man, hey, I would love to hear your questions and things like that. And I want to tell everybody, thank you for tuning in and watching us. Like I said, it's all about transformation and going forward. Because when people's lives are transformed, I mean, hey, this is for your seed. This is for your next generation. Yes. And also, I mean, people don't think about kids don't do what you say; they do what you do. And so, our son, man, he don't miss a beat. I mean, he be walking around sounding like us. Hey, I'm gonna tell you real quick. Also, so I know I done left my little pants in the bathroom. Dang, you still got them pants in the bathroom? He's 3 years old. Quit talking to me like you my dang old daddy, boy. You know what I'm saying? And you get them pants in there. But man, your kids is gonna mimic you. So however your relationship is, that's what they gonna do. And they not even gonna know why they acting or doing what they do. But hey, if you allow a toxic relationship and you don't get healing from that, or get those people, or get that understanding and get them out of your life, now the next generation, they gonna be all toxic. They gonna be arguing, and they only knew why. Because hey, that's what they pick up in their mind, and that's gonna be their model.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so, like what model homes?
Yeah.
Hey.
And that's true. What you're saying is, if they're picking it up, they're picking up how you're treating your mate, and most of the times, because they are 50% of the other mate, and they're 50% of you. And if you are against that mate, or there's strife against that mate, or there's tension against that mate, guess what? That child feels that same tension and whatever, and thinks that, because daddy or mommy don't like, daddy don't like mommy, that he doesn't like me. Yeah. And so then he takes that on. And if that's never addressed, where you all are actually really working on that relationship, then the child grows up with bitterness. The child grows up with, resentment towards you, and you're wondering why.
Because they realize, hey, I'm half like my daddy and half like my mama.
Yeah.
So whether either side are going forth with each other, if you like, oh, I don't like you, and y'all arguing, then when that child sees that child, he or she gonna say, you know what? He don't like me, or she don't like me, because that part is just like my daddy, or that part is just like my mama. So that's the very same thing and wonder why kids got a lot of issues, because they picking up that 50%. And like I said, when they fully realize, man, part of me is just like my daddy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what my daddy do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And that other part that is like their mama, they realize that's my mama. So, Hey,
Absolutely.
man.
And I like what you always talk about, the example of it was a gentleman that he was always out on the water in the boat with his children, if I'm telling it right. And there was another gentleman that asked him, well, wow, you're out here on this boat. That's a lot of gas that you're using. That's expensive for you to be out here every weekend on this boat. Is that how it kind of went? And so he, he said, yeah, he said, well, I'd rather spend the money and the time now than spend the money on them going to rehab or me having to, put money on their books in jail. And it is so true that this is the moment in time that you do take a look at your relationship, and you look at your relationship with a magnifying glass to say, hey, where can we make it work? Where are we not bringing 100%? Where are we not bringing our best so that we can make this thing work? But not also realizing the effects that it does have on everybody else around you. And that's one of our thoughts in bringing forth Powerhouse Couples is, yes, people need to see this out here in the world. They do need to see that people are together, they're working as a team, that they are truly loving one another for who they are, and not just because of one mistake or whatever it might be that has happened, because there is no image of that. And we want to present that to you all, that it is good to have healthy and strong relationships, but also people that love one another for who they are and can accept that, can be able to come to to compromise and to honor one another. Honor is totally lost, and that it is just based off of the things that are going on in the world today. This is about honor at this moment in time. So, you want to add some more things?
I don't. I like to hear you talk.
Well, I like to hear you talk too, baby.
Y'all cut it out. That's corny as all get out. Y'all stop
Get
that.
out of here. Anyways, but Powerhouses, we are definitely excited that you tuned in. And we ask, definitely keeping it 100. Leave your comments about our video. We want to know, how do you see your relationship? 50-50, or is it 100-100 for you all? And how you're able to maybe take some of those things that you feel like are 50-50 and discuss that with your mate or your partner, and and come to a conclusion of like, hey, let's correct this. What can we put in place that makes it work for both of us, so that it's not pulling on one another? I know big areas are, definitely household or house chores and things like that. That might be where the 50-50 is line, or even communication, how you can make, man, and it's a constant work. So you definitely have to sit down and let that person know. And that's a conversation that you're having, about how you're really feeling, which we go into depth and how to really, have those conversations with your mate so that you are getting results. In our program, in our 90-day Powerhouse Couple Boot Camp,
absolutely,
we go in further details on how that you can actually make those things work and have those systems in place that your relationship is flowing smoothly. And so we're glad you tuned in. We definitely hope that this video was helpful and that you will tune in. Like, once again, we are able to stream live all across the social media our platforms. We're on YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel, Powerhouse Couples for Life. Also, we definitely ask that you join our group, our Facebook group, Next Level Relationship and Love. Yeah. We'll start doing some more lives, exclusives there. And we are so excited that you joined us. Have a great night. And we love you, Powerhouses.
Take care.